How long are you going to think about that fourth quarter pass that kind of went, got?
Oh, it's the play probably a lot of people will remember, but many more plays in that game and opportunities, not just one play. Tiger Bachmeyer, it was really Casey Filkins that typically runs that play for us. We practice it. And Casey wasn't up, and Tiger has practiced it a couple of times, and he was ready to roll. And Jason Raines was trying to catch the ball and make something happen. I had told him in the huddle, hey, you're going to be open, catch it, and do something with it. And so those guys are just trying to make a play. Came up a little bit short, but super proud of those guys and everybody on our team, everybody on the roster.
Just kind of what's your message to the team overall after this one, or what will it be?
Yeah, talked to him briefly and told him how proud I was. We talked about coming out fast and competing, and I was like, obviously we're not satisfied with coming close, but I am proud of how they played and how they competed. And, sometimes in life you don't get the tangible reward for great effort, great preparation, and making plays. But the resiliency of these guys, and their ready and willingness to play and give everything they got against a really, really good team. Super proud, but we'll learn from it. And then we'll move on next week against another really good team, the Washington State Cougars.
Did you say anything to Jason or Tiger after that fourth down?
You mean after the play?
After the play.
Oh, I did. I just, hey, good effort, and I know you're trying to run with it. And afterwards, those guys, it happens fast, and but I just that they did a great job, and I know they were trying to make a play.
Also, on that onside kick with 6 minutes to go, what's the thought process there?
Yeah, it could be one of those things. We could certainly try and pin them back, and we've done that before. They're really good on offense, and I thought, we're going to have to give us an opportunity. We get a good bounce, which we did. Josh made a great kick. The ball popped up and came loose. So just kind of playing the odds that we might get an opportunity, but there's certainly an argument to be made to kick it deep. That's what we did.
What does it say about Ashton that he was able to match, Michael Penix kind of touchdown for touchdown, yard for yard?
Ashton played a great game. He's really tough. He made some great runs, timely runs. He made great decisions in the pass game and checks that you wouldn't necessarily know about. Made a lot of great throws. He's just in his disposition is always the same. He's really competitive, but his demeanor is always the same. So really proud of him, how he played.
I know Mike Kula and also Beklenko were in an offensive line today. Just kind of some new guys getting some. Just talk about how you felt the offensive line did today in light of just having to be thrown in the fire there. Yeah.
No, Luke Beklenko, a true freshman, started and played the whole game at left tackle, and then Jake Michaela, young guy that hasn't played at all, played right guard. And I got to watch the tape. I'm not watching them the entire time. But we moved the ball pretty well up and down the field. So I think they did a pretty good job. We'll take a look at the tape, but that's a pretty big task to be a young freshman, and come in and play against a team like that with that quality of player and play well. Really, really proud of those guys. We got some good young players that are really tough.
Jackson made that big catch down the field. I think his first one of his career. What have you seen from him, leading up to this to give you faith in that situation?
Really talented. Got great speed, and he's a guy that when Alec went down, we wanted to give him a shot, and he did a great job. So got a lot of young guys like that are talented, and just need an opportunity, need a little bit more experience, but he's going to be a great player.
You mentioned Alec going down. Any early word on him?
No word at all. Hopefully we'll get more of that tomorrow and Monday to see where he's at.
And then the defense hasn't caused many turnovers this year. How big was it to get those two in the fourth?
Oh, massive. Yeah, unbelievable play by Tristan Sinclair, and then I think Mitch got it, and then Zarin. That was great. Gave us an opportunity. So those were both huge.
Just another kind of freshman to talk about Aiden Flintoff at punting. Just talk about what you kind of saw from him and the job he did coming in 2 in the 20.
Yeah. So those guys have both been kind of battling, and Connor and he, and both talented guys. We could have been a little bit better on special teams. Kind of hurt us on our field position tonight, but we'll bounce back and we'll improve.
you've had a couple games like last week that kind of the score got out of hand at the end. But is it harder to get over a game like this where you guys were so close as opposed to last week, or how does that work as far as
Yeah, I
getting
mean,
the team back?
it's a good question. I don't know. They're, if your competitor and everybody is that coaches or plays, they all kind of hurt, But my job is I got to be resilient and learn from it, and then move on to the next game. So they're painful. I am proud. I'm really proud of how they played, though. There's a fight to these guys, and a consistency in their demeanor and how they approach the game. And so when I look at this game afterwards, I'm really proud of that. Now, we want to win the game. We want to make a couple more plays. We didn't do that. But I do feel like we're improving and we're showing incredible resiliency.
Any other questions for Coach?
Okay, thanks, guys. Go Card.
He's right here.
Just kind of first walk us through that kind of trick play you saw where you tried to throw it to Jason, didn't catch it. But what did you see on that play where you threw it to him?
Yeah, it was a play that we've just been practicing for a while, and that was the time to call it in a big game like this. So we're all excited to call it, and then it was just whatever happened, Yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. But it's just tough.
What are the emotions like after a game like this to come so close but not get the win?
I mean, there's ups and downs, a lot of ups and downs. We came off a really good week of practice from the loss last week. Came back and had one of the best weeks of practices we've had, and just goes to show how we were in the beginning of the season, and the grit we have. We're gonna keep coming back and putting together practices, and showed today. We came out firing, and then just missed by a little bit.
Seems like your connection with Ashton has really grown as the season's gone along. Can you talk about the development of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's a big spark in Colorado. And we're just kind of giving a lot of more trust to everyone, and saying that we just got to go out and make a spark out of something. And Ash is putting a lot of trust in me. I'm putting a lot of trust in Ash, and all the other receivers. Getting together and building that kind of trust, and that's what comes from a season. So it's a lot of just building that trust.
Just what's the key to kind of securing those kind of deep receptions through traffic? You've done a really good job, not just today, but kind of throughout the season, catching balls in traffic. What's the key to succeeding in that department?
Well, I felt like I just gave you the answer. It's just about building trust. He's trusting me to go in, and I'm really trusting him to throw the ball in a great area, and that's all there is to it. It's good chemistry.
Just kind of in general, just talk about kind of the progression you guys are kind of showing as a team. You guys pulled a big win at Colorado last week, not the way you wanted it to go, but you bounced back this week, played the number 5 team in the nation to the final quarter tight. Just kind of what's been the key to your team, collective both offense and defense, progressing in the way that you guys are?
We're gonna go and watch the film tomorrow, and we're gonna get the same exact talk whether we win or lose. It's about coming back and hammering on all the things that we need to get better at, to every single finite detail. It was the same after the Colorado game, after the UCLA game, and it'll be the same after this game. And you can kind of see that progression coming from it. And somewhere, something's just got to click for us.
Any other questions for Tiger? Thank you, Tiger.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
We'll wrap up with John Manley. I'll take questions.
Easiest question of the night to you here. Just walk us through that interception that you got.
We played man coverage. Rome widened his split, so initially I was off, but when he widened out, I wanted to press him because I had a feeling they'd go deep and take a shot. I think he ran a double move. I just tried to stay on top, have good eye control, try to play his hands for the PBU, and then I just saw the ball and I just grabbed it. So it was a heads up, fun play for me.
There were quite a few plays where Penix had an extended amount of time to throw the ball. Can you talk about the challenge of defending, their skilled receivers for that long?
Yeah, no, they're a talented group of receivers. When the quarterback scrambles, you have to kind of cover the receiver twice, so that's always a challenge. But we're coached, well to, plaster the guy and just have eyes on our man. That's really all you can do, and just hope that you're in the right spot once he does throw it. But it's always a challenge, especially with the talented quarterback and a talented wide receiver core. So, yeah.
Just what are the emotions like after a game like this, to come so close against a top 5 team?
Yeah. We're a resilient group, and we're hungry, and every week we just try to get better. So even though we lost the game, which is unfortunate, there's a lot of positives that we can grow from and learn from, and that's really what we're trying to do, just set the foundation for this team for the years to come with the new regime that Coach Taylor is setting forth. So we won't get too down on it. We'll watch the tape and get better and just attack Washington State next week.
Just kind of in general, talk us through kind of the game plan that April put together. What were kind of the key points, emphasis for your defensive unit coming into this one?
Just be aggressive, simulated pressures, blitzes, try to make, the quarterback uncomfortable really every snap. I think we did a good job at that. And we also knew as a secondary that they were going to take their shots. So just making sure that our technique was on point, making sure that, in practice during the scout periods, we're attacking it like a game. And we got challenged a lot. Me and Colin got challenged a lot. I think we held up well, but that's kind of the game plan, just being aggressive and yeah, that's really all I can say. So, yeah.
Any other questions? Thank you.
For sure. All right. Thank you, guys.